Do you ever wish you could go back into your past and change a moment in time? With the revision technique by Neville Goddard, you can actually do that. I'm Julia Giannaccini, and if you like content like this, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's just get right into this technique. Neville Goddard really emphasizes consciousness. He goes so far as to believe that consciousness is God, and he believes that we create our own reality through consciousness. Now, all of that is a different topic for a different video, but his importance on consciousness led him to create the revision technique, which allows you to go back into your past and change a traumatic event so that way it doesn't have the same effect on you and you can actually release it from your energetic field. With this technique, it's important to note that we can't literally time travel and go back and change the past. This is still the three-dimensional reality that we live in. So this technique is a tool for you to use to change the way traumatic events affect you. It actually reduces the trauma caused by the effect, and it can change your entire perspective surrounding the event. You use how you currently are now, everything that you've learned since that event, including learning from that event, you can apply that to the past and to change your feelings about the past. This is very healing, and it lets you release all of that negative energy and all of that trauma stored from that event. The revision technique works by fully going back mentally to that traumatic event, fully bringing it into your consciousness, and once you are in that moment, once you're visualizing it, choose a different outcome. Whether that be you choosing a different outcome, whether that be the other person choosing a different action, whether that be the event just going a completely different way, a more positive way. Once you visualize that positive outcome, it allows you to release the energy from the true outcome, and it allows you to heal from that event by using what you know now to resolve the event. Even if it's just a mental resolution, that's all you need to heal from that event. This technique helps you heal from any sort of traumatic event, whether that be someone doing something to you and that was really painful, whether that be a tragic event, whether that be you making a mistake, whether that be childhood trauma. And actually, I believe this technique is very helpful to childhood trauma, because when we are children, we don't understand what is going on around us. Our experiences are building the way we view the world. And when we have a traumatic experience, that quite literally shapes who we are, especially when we're children. And so this technique allows you to use what you've learned since you were an ignorant child. Not to say that it's bad to be an ignorant child, but when you were a child, you just didn't know any better. And so now that you are a full grown adult or young adult, whatever, you can use what you know now to heal that traumatic event from your childhood or from your past. Once you use what you've learned since then, it really is so just healing, and it helps you release whatever you feel from that. When we have trauma stored in our body, it blocks our energy and our body behaves differently. It doesn't behave how our body should normally behave. So this technique allows you to release that trauma so your energy can flow more naturally, how it should flow. And especially if you're trying to manifest anything. If you're trying to manifest, if you are trying to evolve spiritually and raise your consciousness as well, traumatic blockages will inhibit you from doing that. So you need to find a way, at least at some point it's going to come up. If you're trying to go along some sort of spiritual journey, healing from your trauma is going to come up in one way or another. And this is a really, really good way to heal from that, because a lot of shadow work is so heavy on focusing on the negative. And I think that, you know, yes, it's important to recognize traumatic events and recognize what they did to us and how we feel from it. It is important. However, I think it's very easy to ruminate from those traumatic events and to let them get the better of you. And I truly believe that focusing on the positive and just bringing as much light into your world as possible is a more productive outcome. It's a more efficient outcome, because you are healing. You are letting your energy flow easier. You are not forcing yourself to go back to this traumatic event over and over again and keep suffering from it. Because why do you want to suffer from the same event when you are such an amazing person and that event doesn't define you? Whatever it is, whatever trauma it is, it does not define you. Your trauma does not define you. Do you think about your best friend? Do you think about your family? Do you think about the most important person in your world? Do you think that their trauma is what defines them? No, it's their good qualities that defines them. It is what lights you up to be in the same room as them. That is what defines them. It is how you view them. And when you view yourself through the lens of trauma, you are not giving yourself the best chance that you can. And this technique really helps you redefine how you view yourself and how you view your past, to let go of that traumatic past and fully become who you are now. You are changing mentally your past from the perspective of you now. And you have learned so much since your past. And just give yourself the honor to release it and heal from it, because you truly, truly, truly deserve to feel the love and light in your world. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional right now. I just know so many people who have gone through traumatic events, and it is not fair. But with this technique, we can heal from them and not let them hurt us anymore. We can heal from them and be the bigger person. I really hope, if you try this technique, I hope it works for you. Just a disclaimer, if you have a very serious mental health concern, please don't use this technique. Only use this technique if you are in the mental space to do so. This is not a psychological, medical advice. I am not a doctor. Please seek professional help if you need it, because you deserve to do that. And I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope this technique helps you, and have a great rest of your day.